Good morning. It's October 7th. I hope this works. I have a brand new phone, and that meant setting up my live streaming app again. This is an iPhone 13 Pro, replacing my 11 Pro. So this is the first time I've used it. I don't know if it makes any difference in the quality of the image. I suspect not. And I just hope I'm actually live streaming, because I had to set up the live streaming app again, and there were some confusing moments there because I'd forgotten how to do it. But anyway, hopefully this is working, and you can tell me if you're there. I'm going to walk, when I'm here at what used to be called the Saskatchewan Centre of the Arts. It's now called the Conexus Arts Centre. And I'm going to walk along the lake down to the University of Regina, and then come back. It's chilly. It's 6 degrees. It feels cooler than that. They say it's 6 degrees. This is the front of the Centre of the Arts, of the Conexus Arts Centre, our major theatrical and concert venue. If you go over here, you see the lake, and across the lake, over there, my old stomping grounds, the Saskatchewan Science Centre, powerhouse of discovery, right over there, which I've walked by a few times. But we'll stay on this side today. What I will do, though, is, or will I? Yeah, I will, because if we go around that way, it's mostly just parking lots. I'll go around here. Oh, must be working. There's Rabia. So there we go, the front of the Conexus Arts Centre, our main theatre. It's where all the touring Broadway shows come, and that's where the Regina Symphony Orchestra plays, and I've been in there many, many times. I've performed on that stage. I've even directed a show on that stage. Been to lots of concerts there. Our daughter used to get babysat in the green room during symphony concerts because we were friends with the maestro, Victor Svalwa, still are, although he's not the maestro here anymore. And his daughters would get babysat in the green room during symphony concerts, and we would take our daughter down there, and she'd get babysat with them. So there it is again, from a little further back. I'm actually heading to this path over here to continue my walk right by the lake. It is chillier than, they said it's 6 degrees. It feels chillier than that. Hi, Miriam in India. I'm doing fine, Rabia. That's how I'm pronouncing it. I hope that's correct. It feels chillier than 6 degrees for some reason, but I'll warm up as I walk. Okay, now we're on the path. We're going around the Centre of the Arts, the Conexus Arts Centre here, and we'll be by the water the whole time until we get to the university. Then we'll just take a circuit around the university and come back. Looks like everything's working. This phone is a little heavier than the iPhone 11 Pro was. Actually, I'd say quite a bit heavier. So it's actually maybe a little harder on the hand holding it here. All right, Co is there. The wandering wanderer. I wonder who can tell me who wrote the book of love. So now you can see more of the, well, you can tell it's a theater because of the fly space there over the stage. There's Roger. I don't know if I'd call it glorious or not. It's a little chilly at the moment. Hopefully it will be glorious. I smell smoke. I know there's fires that have been impacting air quality in parts of the province, so maybe it's made its way down to us with the change in the weather. This is the, as it says, Wascana Waterfall Park display ponds. Doubt there's much being displayed down there right now. And of course, as always associates with big big concert venues. Lots of parking lot. Yeah, they're past their prime. My best color in one of these walks was just before I went to St. John, so that was a week. When was the last time I did that walk? Maybe Thursday or somewhere along in there, the 23rd. Those aren't waterfowl. Had some really beautiful colors. Then by the time we got back from St. John's, it had deteriorated a lot, and a lot of the leaves now are gone completely, and there's a lot of just bare branches. But there's still a little bit of color here and there. Lots of leaves on the ground, if you like that sort of thing. If you have to rake them, you generally don't. Comes our first jogger. Haven't seen any dogs yet, but there's always dogs somewhere being walked. I have walked this path before, but it's been a little while since I've done it. I'm heading out to the Wascana Country Club's right. Have breakfast. Not really right. I'm editing somebody's stuff today. This afternoon I'm interviewing an author for the podcast at 1 o'clock. And I've got publishing stuff to do on the Shapers of Worlds Volume 2 anthology I kickstarted. I have got a list of possible reviewers. I want to sit down and contact those and see if I can get some more reviews for it before it goes live on November 2nd. I'll actually have some copies, sort of preliminary print copies, 1 box worth coming from the printer. So we'll have some print copies. In fairly short order. It's shipped, but it'll take at least a week to get here. That's Douglas Park over there, and the hill that I've climbed a few times to get you get a great view of the city from up there. How can I find a space to teach at the university? I have no idea. You'd have to contact the university about that. Not my field of expertise. I know they were looking for a journalism teacher, but they're looking for somebody with actual experience teaching journalism, not somebody who was a newspaper reporter 25, 30 years ago. Ooh, lots of waterfowl there. Ducks. Ducks Unlimited. It's calm. It's relatively calm. Actually, there's a bit of a breeze, but pretty calm. And the smoke in the air from the forest fires up north, giving a kind of haze, but it's not like the early morning fog you sometimes get because you can smell it. Lots of grass. If you're into grass. My hand's getting cold. I have to start wearing gloves. Honestly, it feels colder than 6. Maybe it's just because there's no sunshine to speak of. Still no frost in the forecast, though. We're going to get close, so it could tip over into frost, but they're not actually calling for it in the forecast yet, which is very unusual. We're going to go a month past our normal first frost date with no frost the way it's looking right now. Very close to frost, but no actual frost. Sunshine on the water makes me happy. Sunshine in my eyes can make me cry. Little John Denver for you there. Our humidity? No, actually it's very dry. I would think. I don't think there's anything unusual about the humidity. Guess I haven't looked. That would seem counterintuitive considering how dry it's been. So it's pretty along here. That's the university rising over there ahead of us, those buildings. University of Regina. Does it? Surprises me. The humidity is that high. Look at the sleeping geese. Like rocks, all there with their heads tucked under their wings. It doesn't feel humid. Well, maybe that's why it feels colder than 6. I mean, 69 is not tremendously humid, but it's not tremendously dry either. I suppose there could be some morning mist mixed in with the smoke that I smell. I told you there'd be dogs, or a dog anyway. There's 2 of them, so it is dogs, plural. Losing that little bit of sun going behind the clouds up there. Those geese are awake. Now we go from bike path to sidewalk for a little bit. And curve away from the water for a minute. Not too far away, it's right there. Wascana Parkway is right there. When we walk back, I'll take the more direct route that follows the road there. Yep, phone is noticeably heavier than the 11 was. It's probably the camera as much as anything. It has quite a terrific camera. Well, the iPhone 11 had a good camera, but the 13 has an even better camera. But I think that may be where much of the weight is coming from. It's certainly a thicker phone. It has a sort of flat edge as opposed to the rounded. The iPhone 11 was quite slim. I'd forgotten that because I always had it in a case, but when I took it out, because I traded it in on this one, it's like, oh, that's a really nice, slender phone, which I never really appreciated, and now I never will, because it's gone. I was able to trade it in for about half the price of this one, so that helps on the payments for sure. I do a 2-year contract, and they'd make a monthly payment on the actual cost of the phone over that 48 months. And then at the end of that time, I'll upgrade to whatever's the newest thing then. Started with an iPhone 4, I think, was the first iPhone I had. Now we're up to 13. I haven't had every one. Usually it skips one. So I had a 6, I had an 8, I had an 11, and now 13. My wife has the 10, or the X, but that's a work phone. That's what they gave her. Two sidewalks diverged in a not yet snowy wood. I took the road to the left, which will make all the difference. Only in that it takes us around the university clockwise instead of counterclockwise. If I followed this path, as far as it goes, I would actually end up over on the other side of the ring road, in a place where I've walked before. I didn't realize this connected there until I finally looked at the map. That would be a longer walk than I'm doing today. The university is just the other side of that yard, lawn and trees. It'd be quite a long walk if you did that whole circuit. You'd start over there in Douglas Park and walk all the way around back to here. I'd do it sometime when I have a longer time frame. Now that I know you can do it. Doesn't look like much of a hill over there, but you get a great view. You can see a car on top of it actually right now. Maybe a couple of them. And back that way to the city itself, downtown. There we go. Here's the university. Here, let's go take a look at the Joe Fouffard sculpture here. It's in French, but it means Garden of the Mind, I think. Quite a impressive piece of work. He's dead now, Joe, but when he was alive, we had a chance to visit his foundry out in Pince and see how he did his work. This would be laser cut bronze. He's famous for bronze cows and animals like that. Oh, somebody else is there. Who's there? Here we go. Good morning, one man, yeah. So this gives you a good look at these panels by Joe Fouffard. It's kind of the history of the province and represents a lot of things. The description is over here. Le Jardin de l'Esprit, Mind's Garden, 1997. Originally designed for Canadian War Memorial in London, never made it there. Features scenes depicting the province's natural and cultural history. And it does still have a kind of a war memorial. Yes, well, there you go. You can read the whole thing there. I won't read it all right now. And there's kind of a good image of the whole thing. All right, carrying on. See, this is how you know it's been dry, when the ground is cracked, as it is all around here. Yes, Bushwhacker does use his artwork. And my wife is a past president of the Association of Professional Engineers and Geoscientists of Saskatchewan, and they commissioned a piece of his to use as a trophy for their annual awards, which is very nice as well. Back on the path. I'll check the time when I get up here, and that'll decide if we're going around the university or if I'm just walking by it and heading back again. I do have work to do. There's lots and lots of birds on the... A couple of geese with their bottoms in the air, feeding. There's another bit of artwork up there which represents a teepee. We're getting close to First Nations University here. That's not First Nations University, that's part of the main campus. These trees have almost dumped their leaves, clearly. There, looking back to downtown in the distance. There's the TP sculpture. I won't walk over there. Gotta keep moving. Yes, geese everywhere. Well, those are crows. It's the only thing I can hear right now. That may be what you're hearing. They're always talkative. So again, that's Douglas Park and the hill over there. Not too many people on the path, just those people with dogs back there and that one jogger, all I've encountered today. As it gets colder, you see fewer, and there's many more on the weekend too, of course. People are at work, those who aren't freelancers like me. So let me look at the time here. 25 minutes. Keep going this way. for a bit more. That's the ring road over there, cars going by. So this path would go all the way around. There's a bridge over there. And then it would take us back into Douglas Park. Could be done. Probably about an hour and a half maybe to do that. So maybe I'll do it some weekend. There's First Nations University, the back of it. Designed by a noted architect, Cardinal. Somebody else walking. However, I am turning here, this hairpin turn, and not carrying on that direction. Heading back this way. We'll see the front of it when I get around there. Now walking towards the university. These taller buildings are some of the newer ones. The older buildings were all quite low, the original buildings. This is fairly new. There are these sculptures of bison around the outside of it because of the importance of bison to First Nations in Saskatchewan. The university will be a livelier place than it was when I was walking around here during the summer because there are classes now, students around. Let's go over here. This actually has a sign on it, First Nations University of Canada. And a plaque. Bison Sentinel, living memorial to murdered and missing Aboriginal women. That's what this is, with the tree inside it. And there's the bison. And those are scattered all over the grounds. I'm going to go around the edge of the building here. I guess maybe that's, I've never been entirely sure where the main entrance is. One assumes it's around here. Some actual teepees. And then if we carry on through the grass, get a view back this way of this very impressive glass teepee on the front of the building. Make sure I don't walk into a bison or something when I'm doing this, because I'm looking over my shoulder. There you go. Nice view of it. and more bison. We will get back on a sidewalk here. Carry on around the university one lap and then head back along Wascana Parkway. And that will be our walk of the morning. Oh, watch that step. It's higher than I thought it was. One more look back at the whole thing now. First Nations University of Canada. And then here's the main University of Regina campus. It's over here. If I go in here, we'll go down by Luther College, part of it. Some leaf crunching while we're at it. Always fun. Oh, yeah, that's good. This is, of course, the new phone. And it's still only 720 because that's all that Facebook will support. The recording will be 1080. Yeah, I could record in 4K, of course. I think. I know. But that would take forever to upload to YouTube, so I stick to 1080 for the YouTube version. This is kind of the backside of Luther College. My daughter went to Luther College High School, and this is Luther College, I guess you'd say. College. I won't go down into the quad, the heart of the university today. Just walk around the periphery here. Enjoying this footpath up here. Soccer field here. A couple of them. Building to my right, which we'll see the front of in a minute, is the gym, basically. Kinesiology department. Center for Kinesiology, Health and Sport, to be precise. My daughter is studying kinesiology, but she's at the University of Toronto in her third year. It's hard to believe. Her second year, she was home, of course, so it feels like she was still in high school, but she wasn't. And now she's back there in person this year, which is great. And she expects to go into a master's program. I don't know if that'll be at the U of T or somewhere else. That's her plan. When I walk this way in the summer, there are always kids around here because of summer programs, but that's a heating plant over there, a triangular building. Lots of stuff in here, gymnasia, as I said, and a swimming pool. We are U of R. Cougars is their spirit animal, their mascot. They're the University of Regina Cougars. Let's see, up next is the education building, I believe. Over here. So we'll dip down by its entrance. Been in here many times. Probably the first time I was on the University of Regina campus was I was 17, and I was part of the Saskatchewan honor choir, and we rehearsed in here. So I always associate this triangular building over here with U of R because it was here then. It made an impression on me. There's the building itself. Next comes the Riddell Center, which is the student center and also has the main university theater in it. That's right in front of us. You can see the fly space for the university theater there. Now, you can go through there into University Common if it's unlocked. It's been locked all summer, but I won't do that. You don't even have a mask with me. And that's currently still required. I do have proof of vaccination. It's on my phone, but it'd be a little awkward right now. Over there is the research park. There's a number of things over there. I've been down there a few times, including the provincial laboratory where all of the COVID tests are carried out. That's a computer company in there. There's also the Petroleum Research Center down there, a few other things. That's the provincial laboratory down there with the smokestacks on the roof. Okay, now we'll go down by the Riddell Center here. Used to rehearse. You would have been at this, down at this end. Yeah, I think that's where it was. When I sang with the University of Regina Chamber Singers. We moved over here. We used to rehearse over on College Avenue where I walked, was that yesterday? No, a couple of days ago. But that building's not there anymore, so it doesn't matter. I couldn't have pointed it out anyway. This is the Riddell Center, main entrance. So a bit of a pull around here so you can drop off people in wheelchairs or unload. In the main entrance, there's a big lobby back there or lounge, I guess you'd say. People like to sit and study, and we have receptions in there. Opening night receptions we've had in there for class young people's theater when I was on the board there. And here's the Owl, which is the student pub. Bus stop there. So if you live elsewhere in the city, you can get a bus right to the university. Oh, it says right on it, university. Carry on this way. Again, this is the Owl. They have a deck. Entrance to underground parking here. It's where we usually park. Sometimes it's very handy, doesn't cost that much. And if it's raining when you come out, or it's cold, well, it's not, because you just get in your nice warm car. Then we have the bookstore. This is called, what is this building called? College West. I knew that. Fortunately, there's a sign. There's a bunch of stuff in it, but I think of it mainly because of the university bookstore. Yes, whenever I walk by glass, I have a little selfie moment. There I am again. There's a daycare in here too, which is why there's a playground. That's not for university students. College West. Then we're getting into the science buildings up here. There we go. Daycare center. That's all it's called. It's daycare center. This is the Research and Innovation Center, which I mainly think of because there was an anime convention held a couple of years, and it was first held in here. And it was tiny, but I sold a few $100s worth of books, so it was certainly worth it for me because the table was only like $10. So all this stuff in here. And now we'll go this way because I don't want to climb the steps. We're on our way back now, heading back to the car. I don't know what they're building over here. I really don't. Oh, I'm not just saying that. I really don't. Again, one of the science buildings, you can see that thing on top used to be an observatory. I don't know if it still is or not. Certainly not a traditional looking one now. Might still be, and they've changed the way that observatories look. That wouldn't surprise me. Okay, now we just get the sidewalk and straight down to the Conexus Arts Centre, and we'll be back in the car. So say farewell to the University of Regina. I will be back again someday. Oh, there's the observatory building. Oh, so maybe that's something else on that one. Maybe that's the observatory I was thinking of on that one. Don't know. They don't tell me anything. Another bus stop. The library is right over there too. Oh, two observatories. That's the building I was thinking of. I've walked by the library before. It has quite a striking interior. It's one of the original buildings from the late 60s when this campus was originally built. There's a map. Memorize it quick. Got it? Good. Let's keep going. I'm going to miss this light. Oh, no, I didn't miss it. I've got a crosswalk still. So, a less interesting walk, I suppose, but we'll just walk straight along the sidewalk now along West Canada Drive here. I can remember when there were just little tiny trees in that boulevard back that time when I came for the Saskatchewan Honor Choir. I remember the trees being very small. They've grown since then, but that was 1977, so, you know. Trees do grow over a period of, what? 44 years, I guess. Woohoo. .5 kilometers to the Science Centre, where I used to work. 4.0 kilometers to the Casino Regina, which I've only been in a couple of times because I don't gamble. And of course, there's the path we were on over there. Much windier than this one. Still see the lake through the trees. Because I said lake through the trees, made me think of the song Georgia. Comes as sweet and clear as moonlight through the pines. I guess that's where that came from, why it made me think of it. But anyway, on the YouTube channel, there's a brief video from our time in Newfoundland of Corey Tetford and Kelly Carson doing an instrumental break on Corey's rendition of Georgia, which is quite worth watching. It's not very long. I didn't do the whole song. Kelly is an amazing fiddle player, and Corey is an amazing guitar player, so it was a very good number. And of course they play with Alan Doyle, who was our host on that trip, from very well-known Canadian singer-songwriter, former lead singer for Great Big Sea. That band disbanded, and he's now playing with Corey and Kelly and probably other people on tour. The beautiful, beautiful band, he calls them. It was funny because we saw him here actually at the Conexus Arts Centre just before the pandemic hit. It's like the last concert we went to, and then we saw him in Newfoundland this last week, so it was like kind of the first concert we've been to since then. So we bookended the pandemic with Alan Doyle concerts. Well, this will be about an hour by the time I'm done, so timing-wise, it was pretty good. Actually, I could have done with a little shorter because of the work you have to do, but that's okay. It's really not far now. There's some geese making noise. Those sleeping geese are mostly still sleeping down there. That was half an hour ago I walked by them. They haven't budged, really. You can tell the water's not very deep there because I think they're standing, not floating. Conexus Arts Centre is just behind those trees there. Which means so is the car. A little bit of color. Bird's nest up there. There's the parking lots. There's the building. We'll cut through the grass now. Walk straight toward it. Straight-ish. There's a tree in the way. Have to go around that branch. So that's the back of the theater. Stage door entrance is just on the right end back here, which I've been through many times. Both for me and my daughter used to dance here for dance competitions and things, so. Oh, they know me. They know me at the stage door entrance here. They say they have in the past. Don't know who's there now. Probably the guys I remember back there aren't there anymore. Yeah, I like that sound. Oh, there's geese. There they are. Be almost exactly an hour. Looks like. Keep that in mind for future walks. Well, I kind of knew from past walks that it would be about an hour. Unless I cut it short. I decided to give you the full meal deal, full hour. less exciting part of the walk, across this parking lot. So I think I'll actually stop here. So thanks for walking with me, and that's it for today. Tomorrow I'll be doing my regular walk around the lake. So see you then. Bye for now.